It's just before 5:30, the house is quiet, and this is one of the only moments I'll get to myself all day, so I'm heading to the gym before the rest of it begins. I'm Jenny, a mum of 2 young boys, working a corporate job mostly from home. I'm trying to look after my health, keep my home running as smoothly as possible, whilst preparing for a move to New Zealand in the background. The very first thing I do every morning is hydrate with a pint of water. I take my vitamins and put apple cider vinegar into my drink, as well as a pinch of Celtic salt. I then go outside, let my dog out, and put my feet on the grass and breathe in the fresh air. I'm not really a breakfast person, but I've been having 15 grams of protein before my workouts after hearing Dr. Stacy and Dr. Mindy Pelz explain why women need morning fuel. I've linked their podcast below if you're curious. And I also aim to get my BBGs in every day, so that stands for berries, beans, greens and seeds. That's after listening to the Doctor's Kitchen podcast, which I'll also link below. Good morning. I am so excited to be taking you along with me today. It's a very typical Wednesday for me. So Wednesday is my turn to work out in the morning. One of the ways that James and I balance being able to parent and work on our personal health goals is to work out a weekly routine. So I work out in the mornings Monday, Wednesday and Friday. He works out in the mornings on Tuesday and Thursday, and then he also does a squash club. I also do a HIIT class on a Tuesday in the middle of the day that's in our village. I've really just started going to the gym since the beginning of this year in January. We're now into the summer. I want to reduce my body fat and work on improving my muscle, which, as we all know, as you get older and moving closer to the menopause, I'm in my late 30s now, we need to focus on muscle. Muscle is very important. So I have been really consistent, which I haven't always been in the past. I am really enjoying that peaceful alone time when no one's asking me for anything in the morning and it's just me, music, doing something good for my body. We also split our day, so James does the nursery run in the morning and takes the dog for a walk, and I do it in the evening or in the afternoon. So you will see that also. We're not really rigid around that. Sometimes we might switch shifts, if you like, but it really helps us to just know where we are and make sure everything gets done without having to constantly check in. Oh, are you doing this? Shall I do this? And make a plan every day. Then it's back for a busy day at work. I also need to do the online food shop. There's a couple of household tasks I need to get done. After I pick the children up at nursery, that's my time really to play with them and spend some quality time with them before and during bedtime. And nothing major or exciting happening today, just a standard day of juggling every element of motherhood and life. But without further ado, let's get to the gym. That's my workout done. It is now, what's the time? 7:32. So I need to rush back so that I can at least see the children briefly before they go off to nursery. I'm going to chat as I drive actually, because I really don't want to miss the children. Something that I normally always also incorporate is the Squeezy app. If you haven't heard of it, 100% download it. It's an NHS app. It basically guides you through your Kegels or pelvic floor exercises. You can set it up to do as many sessions as you want a day. I commit to one and then I make sure that at the minimum I'm doing that, and I think it lasts for 2 minutes. I don't really enjoy exercise. I enjoy the feeling afterwards and the results. I'm really feeling those endorphins flowing, so now I will just make sure that I replenish my body with a protein shake when I get home so that I can let my muscles repair. Straight from the jug, it saves on washing up. on 8:30. I have said goodbye to the children and James has taken them to nursery. It's always difficult in the morning that I'm working out because I essentially don't really get to spend any time with them until the afternoon. I try to look at the positives and think about the fact that I need to work, so it's not as if I have a choice. I'm demonstrating a strong work ethic, and then I make sure that the time that I do spend with them is really quality time and I'm not distracted. So for example, being able to work from home means that any admin tasks that I need to get done, I try to get done when they're not here, so that I'm, as I say, not distracted and able to just focus fully on them when I'm with them, which is not always the case, but that's what I try to do. For any mothers that are about to perhaps return back to work after maternity and are worried about that, I found it really difficult to start with. And there's nothing quite like getting your babies home in the evening and giving them cuddles and smelling another woman's perfume who's been looking after them all day. That really I found difficult, but it does get easier, and I check in on their childcare app throughout the day so I can see what they're up to. They send posts with photographs so that I feel somewhat connected to them. My phone is always on loud in case the nursery call me, but I know that they have a good time. And they do only go Monday, Wednesday and Thursday. I was lucky enough to be able to, on a Tuesday, send them to my mum and my auntie, so they live next door to each other and they each have one child 1 week and then switch over the next week. Then on a Friday I don't work, so that's my day with the boy. So I've said goodbye to the children, quickly got ready. This is like 5 minutes worth of makeup, and the day I always do like to put a bit of makeup on and just feel a bit put together, just because it helps me to feel more productive. I don't know why. I will go through my emails, messages, both work and home, and just formulate a plan for the day. I always have 3 non-negotiable must-dos for the day. I need to pay a fine, unfortunately I've had from a trip to London. I drove the wrong side of a barrier, you know, one of those roads where they have 2 barriers and you're supposed to go in the middle of it. I didn't basically, and I have unfortunately got a ticket, which really sucks because we also got 2 parking tickets whilst we were there. We're not complete idiots, although it does sound like we are. Unfortunately, the people who we were staying with just forgot to add the parking to because they had to have a permit and they add it on. They forgot to do it. Although I'm not blaming them, and although it was their fault. No, but that's fine. It's just one of those things. This setup looks really extra, and I suppose it is. Basically, I have my work laptop, and then I have 2 monitors just because I find that I will do most of my calls here. I will be actively working in my systems here, and then any artifacts I need to look at I will have on this screen. And then I've also got my personal laptop here because my phone is in use and I want to be able to check my personal emails, any personal to-dos, so that I can make sure that they are also achieved at some point throughout the day. Not during work time, but I'll schedule it accordingly. So I have a meeting with my colleagues at their heads of department, so I'm going to spend some time before that just prepping. I then have a call with my manager. Together we're going to be pulling together a slide deck. I have a team meeting, and I've got lunch. Then a working group that I am the sponsor for a new system that we've implemented into the business. Then I have a little bit of free time to catch up on actions, and then I have my last one-to-one with one of my team members. I had all of the rest of them yesterday, and I will take you along with me. So we just wrapped up my last meeting and it's now 10 to 10. Time for me to get up, have a walk around, to get some fresh air before my next meeting starts at 10. I have stretched my legs, I have unloaded the dishwasher from the clean dishes from yesterday and put all the breakfast stuff in there ready to go. And now I'm just about to send that personal email, which was the top priority on my list today, before my meeting starts in 2 minutes. just gone 12:30. I have made myself some lunch. I've been terrible about drinking water today, so I'm also going to make sure I finish this, and then I have got another one to work my way through. So I've eaten all of that. I have about 10 minutes now to get the Tesco online order in before my next meeting. I'm also going to check my Facebook Marketplace messages. I've got a lot of things up for sale at the minute, so that's something that needs to be kept on top of as well. And I don't have notifications on my phone, so I don't like to be disturbed through the day.
How do we move so far away? Holding on, how much can we both take when love is an echo? I can't hear what you're saying when love is an echo.
I just bumped into my auntie and we ended up going for a walk and a catch up and a chat around the fields together, so I wasn't able to film any of that, and now I am just on my way back to the house to carry on with a little bit more work before I need to go and get the children. I picked up the mail and I have got to schedule an upcoming appointment for Frankie that's just come through the post, and then I'm just having another look at my goals for the day, and I've done pretty well. So I have paid the fines, I've emailed the estate agents, I have got the slide deck for tomorrow in a really good place, so that just needs a final check over. Usually I go and get the children around about 4:45. I just had to respond to some comments from someone, so I'm a little bit later leaving than I had hoped to be.
You okay? You okay? Do you need help or are you okay?
I might do it.
You do it, okay.
What did you do, Leo? What was your best activity?
What?
Mommy. Yes, my love. Uh-oh. Right. We're home.
If you can touch my hand.
Yeah.
Hold on. Feed the foot. Oh, well done. Let's give them a big drink.
Yeah, look.
There we go. You want to take it into Daddy?
It's now 7:15. Frankie's really still crying. He's not settling, but he should go down. He's just been a little bit clingy recently, so I'm going to give him 5 minutes. Oh my God, that was an absolute disaster of a bedtime. Typical, really. Poor Frankie, like he was just so upset every time I left the room, like really hysterical. And he's never been like that before. Like, as I said, he has been a bit unwell last week, and I just for ease brought him into our bed, and I thought maybe he'd just got a bit used to that. But last night he went to bed perfectly fine with James put him to bed, and he was absolutely fine. I gave him a kiss goodnight and he was no problem. But tonight he just could not settle without me. I've been in there for 2 hours. I had planned to put them to bed, have my dinner, watch an hour of trash on TV, do a full tidy up, which is what I usually do, and shut the house down, and then get an early night. But I need some wind down time for myself now. It's 9. So that's a typical day in our life. Life's just a juggle, isn't it? A balancing act, but we love it. And I'm so grateful for everything that I have. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.